We gathered at the village square that morning awaiting the arrival of the new health officer the assemblyman informed us about. Oh, we stood under the notable giant tree at the village square, but we weren't there alone. The bats were present as ever, more agile that morning, as if they too were expectant of the health officer. Well, we didn't wait too long when he arrived dressed in black, white within, with a black robe, a tie he called it hanging around his neck down to his belly. That early, he also, like other health officers before him, found our ways, including the manner in which we welcomed him, pretty strange, and so did we find the words coming out from his mouth. Words that the assemblyman translated to us in our language. When all was said and done that morning, he was to be led by the assemblyman to their bungalow, which is beyond the stream. On their way to the bungalow, he was greeted by the stench coming from the shelter we built, covered in thatch and bamboo. He held his nose with his right hand and gesturing with his left, whilst asking the assemblyman in a condemning tone, "Don't you people know the rudiments of hygiene? Don't you know the stench coming from the shelter is detrimental to your health? And the flies will come right back to your homes." "Oh gosh," he said. "It is a taboo to have such a shelter in our compound, so we fastened the bushes." Against their wisdom, yes, their wisdom, they watered the giraffe grasses dead in due season. We now compromise to appease ourselves in building this communal shelter, because after all, it is not in our compound, we said. At sunset that same day, the village gathering was called for his sake. He was to preach his first health sermon through the assemblyman. Few minutes into the sermon, he felt the volcano erupting from his bowels. He left the gathering in haste to respond to nature's call. Speedily, we saw him heading to the bungalow, but lo and behold, nature's voice was calling from our shelter, not the bungalow. Who dares defy that voice when it comes so clear as a roar? Alas, he found comfort hiding behind the bamboo fence. Freshening as it could be under the thatch, his perspirations froze. He later came back with his words, now in a different tone. His last words have now become the village proverb, as he said, "Find not any guest among you weird, for he also is among strangers. Let any man who trusts that which he believes be among his own to keep his belief. For the giraffe who goes to dwell among snakes will one day assert that the safest place to hide away from foes is under the grasses. When the bush is fired, then the chameleon knows how to run fast." He concluded, "I have come before you this dawn with my gun bow. But unlike the health officer, I am no stranger among you. I am the town crier, messenger carrying words I do not own, laying them before men in their homes. Despise the message, kill not the messenger, for this voice I own, the words I don't. So heed the words of the poet through the voice of the town crier. For in the beginning was the voice, in the beginning was the word, without which there was no beginning. I shall find my way back to my heart before the dew consumes my voice."